Dan Crawford, Senior Director of Public Affairs for the North Carolina League of Conservation Voters. But today, I stand before you as a mountain man. I'm a native North Carolinian, a native of these mountains, growing up in Asheville, and I've lived in North Carolina my whole life. While I have visited Michigan and Washington, D.C., I am not from Michigan and don't currently live in the D.C. area. I'm a mountain man. I'm the opposite of Michael Whatley. I do live in Raleigh, but as they say, you can take the boy out of the mountains, you can't take the mountain out of the boy. My family survived the devastation of Hurricane Helene pretty much unscathed. We almost had survivor's guilt. But right after that, we do what mountain people do. We started taking care of our own. My mom started gathering donations, my aunt helping her, taking clothes to churches and helping in any ways that we could to help the less fortunate. I helped from Raleigh, where I was raising my family, and made trips up to help when I could. Finally, on behalf of the North Carolina League of Conservation Voters, I and other colleagues and staff, we have advocated for maximum financial support for these communities at the legislature. Donald Trump appointed Whatley to the FEMA Review Council and named him his Hurricane Recovery Czar. His job was to help Western North Carolina. His job was to help the mountains recover. You would hope someone who claims North Carolina ties would recognize how important this role was to our devastated communities, struggling to dig out from the storm and put their lives back together. Instead, Whatley spent his time as co-chair of the council, further gutting our federal disaster response, pushing the cost of recovery onto states and local communities. Whatley's council recommendations will leave North Carolina communities even more vulnerable to increasing extreme weather and make recovery even more expensive. More troubling, instead of helping North Carolinians and others hit by hurricanes, Whatley wants to line his own pockets by privatizing flood insurance, increasing his over $190,000 he owns in stock tied to flood insurance companies. That's not what mountain people do. While Whatley has prioritized his own wallet, the federal government has only provided about $8 million to cover the $60 billion in damage from devastating storm Hurricane Helene. Western North Carolina communities have to rebuild without billions in crucial federal funding they were promised nearly 2 years ago. In terms of major storms with significant damage, we have received among the least federal help for Hurricane Helene recovery as any storm in history. That's not what mountain folk do. Michael Whatley has been a total failure in his job and should be fired. He has failed the people of North Carolina and left us more vulnerable to future storms. We should be thankful he doesn't actually live here. He's the worst neighbor you can imagine. He is not a mountain man. Thank you.